Throughout the production of After Hours, we've had some fun with a few bits of technology. In this video, I'll be discussing exactly what we've used and how we've used it. So let's get technical. In the research and planning stages of the film, we used websites like YouTube, Vimeo and SlideShare to gain some idea of where we wanted to go with our short. We watched a few other short films like 1500 Words and Little Horses, which heavily influenced our decision to write a dark comedy. Equally, these platforms allow me to create my own work to upload to my blog. This was a good way of displaying my work so that others could benefit from it too. Jumping quickly over to the way more exciting part of the production is the hardware we use to create After Hours. To kick us off, we have the cameras. We shot the film, the images for the poster, and all of the images on the review page using two DSLR cameras, a Nikon D600 and a Nikon D610. We chose these cameras as they have a resolution of 24 megapixels and full frame sensors, meaning that we could have a generous degree of flexibility over the noise control and resolution of our footage. Additionally, their size allows them to fit into tiny spaces like bathroom cupboards and inside ceilings, allowing us to get some very interesting shots. As for lenses, we used two standard lenses for the majority of the film, including a 50mm lens and a standard zoom 24 to 85mm lens. Nonetheless, for speciality shots, like the extreme close-ups in the bathroom and whilst cooking, we used the Micro Nikkor 105mm macro lens, with inbuilt stabilisation and a maximum aperture of 2.8. Equally, we used the Nikkor 70 to 200mm telephoto lens for this shot to ensure that we could focus on both the man eating the banana and Donna in the window. As for the practical equipment that we used to create After Hours, the most convenient piece of kit was the rig. This helped to stabilise my footage and was furthermore quick to assemble and handheld, so it was easy to move around when scenes were reset to film in different angles. Equally, we used the jib to get nice smooth looking tilts or pans, which added a lot of professional looking footage in the film. To record sound, we used a boom mic, as this provided a much cleaner, clearer quality of recording so that the audience were not distracted by the internal noises of the camera or anything unwanted in the scene. Whilst the audio is decent, I believe we could have improved on some scenes, as at times there is a microphone hum, and during the cafeteria scene the sound unfortunately jumps around due to high level of noise on location. Now, probably the most exciting piece of kit that we were able to use is the DJI Phantom 3 standard drone, filming in 2.7K, filming in 30 frames per second and using GPS to track its own whereabouts. You can literally tell this thing to return to home after flying it half a mile away, and it will autopilot its way back and stop exactly over your head. Yes, we were excited to use this. This piece of equipment allowed us to film some of these lovely transitional shots to help show the passing of time, as well as create our own production logo and take the image for our poster. On a less exciting but probably more important note is the build of my computer, which helped me smoothly operate within the production process. This includes having a decent processor which can take on heavy loads of footage at a time, as well as having 16GB of RAM, which helps to speed everything up and allow me to run multiple highly demanding apps simultaneously. But equally, to help this out, I've stored my apps like Photoshop, Premiere Pro and After Effects on my solid state drive to ensure that my editing is as fast as possible. Moving on to software, I use Premiere Pro for the majority of the editing in my film. This allowed me to cut footage together, colour correct, sync sound files and add any music, sound effects, light leaks and titles. If I had any trickier editing to do, I'd import the file into After Effects, as this software is more precise for image manipulation. This software helped me correct light in scenes which were too bright through the use of masks and eclipses, and even allowed me to experiment with different, more exciting titles, playing around with 3D space. Nonetheless, I decided that more simple titles were more suited to the film's tone. After Effects was extremely handy for creating my production logo. I imported a drawing of mine into the software and drew over its outline using the stroke effect to create the appearance of the shape being hand-drawn. Also, I cut the lens out into a different layer and used keyframes on the rotation toggle to make the lens turn like a film reel. In order to create my poster, I used Photoshop to manipulate my still image and add text. To create my title, I used the website DeFont to find a suitable font style, and then I used the type tool to create the correct outline of my text. Furthermore, I then duplicated my background layer, highlighted the shape of my text with a quick selection tool, and cut out a section of the sky in shape of my title. This was an effective method of title creation which helped to make my product appear professional and unique. As for my article, I used InDesign to design the double page spread because this software allows you to work over 2 A4 sheets as a normal DPS would be printed. Additionally, this software gave me a much higher level of flexibility for editing text than Photoshop would allow. Moreover, during the presentation and evaluation stages of my filmmaking, I've used Premiere Pro again to make videos like this one, using Open Broadcaster software to capture my screen, as well as using PowerPoint for more heavily written evaluation questions. Equally, I've created a questionnaire for my audience to fill out after watching the film using online software SurveyMonkey, as well as distributing my film online through YouTube. So yeah, that's what I used and how I used it. Hope this was helpful and thanks for watching. Now here are some more drone shots because we all know that's the most exciting bit.